Am I wrong for bankrupting my father and sending him to prison 25 years after he destroyed my mother's life? When I was 5 years old, my parents went through a divorce that would make your blood boil and heartbreak. My dad comes from an old money family. My mom came from nothing. During the divorce, my father's legal team destroyed her. They brought in multiple witnesses who testified that my mother was a serial cheater. Because of the overwhelming testimonies, the judge gave my mother zero alimony, stripped her of her share of the marital assets, and gave her sole custody of me, which was exactly what my dad wanted, because he wanted absolutely nothing to do with me. My mother could not even fight it, as she had no resources and no money. Growing up was very hard. We lived in a series of decaying, freezing apartments. I vividly remember my mom boiling water on a hot plate so I could take a warm sponge bath, and I remember the sound of her stomach growling at night because she gave me her dinner. She worked 3 grueling, back-breaking jobs cleaning offices at 3 a.m., folding laundry, doing whatever it took. But she never, ever abandoned me, and I will always love her for that. She poured every ounce of her soul into making sure I studied, stayed out of trouble, and felt loved. Fast forward, her sacrifices paid off. I got a full ride to college, went to a top law school, and became a great lawyer. A few years ago, I looked into my parents' divorce just out of curiosity. I started noticing glaring inconsistencies in the testimonies. I hired a private investigator, and we spent 2 years quietly pulling threads. My father had bribed every single one of those witnesses. He paid off a fake lover, fabricated hotel receipts, and funneled offshore money to a corrupt court clerk to bury evidence. He didn't just want to keep his money, he wanted to destroy her for daring to stand up to him. My mother had never told me about the gruesome divorce proceedings because she never wanted me to get hurt. I didn't just get mad, and instead I got to work. I filed a massive suit against him for fraud upon the court, intentional infliction of emotional distress, and hidden assets. The trial was a bloodbath. When he sat across from me in the deposition room, he looked at me not as a son, but as a terrified old man, realizing he was caught. We won, and I legally stripped him of almost everything he owned. I bought my mother a beautiful house in the hills, fully paid off, and set up a trust so she will never have to look at a price tag again for the rest of her life. But the criminal trial just wrapped up. Because of the sheer scale of the financial fraud, perjury, and bribery, the judge sentenced him to 10 years in federal prison. Am I wrong for sending him to prison? If you liked this story, please consider subscribing. It really helps me out.